mess this up. You're the best thing ever happened to me. Girl, I finally see, yeah. I never even knew how much I really need you.
Yeah, y'all please show Ear Hustle some love in the chat room. Lost their father yesterday, so please show some love in the chat room.
We have now. Yeah, baby, it's too much to lose. Right now it's hard to see, girl, just close your eyes and tell me that you will stay tonight. Come on, baby, stay tonight. Don't go, promise you I'll make it right. Girl, let's just sleep on it.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
One of us got to say it.
Good
James
morning.
ain't here. So
Good morning. Wait. Good morning.
you got to put the James. Good morning. Good. He sounds like Bubba Jakes.
The TD Jakes. I ain't got it.
You got it. Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it.
It is Thursday, January 13th, 2021. We it's what I love about everything that we do. We it's good and professional, and we just don't care sometimes. We would just start the show at the top of the show just laughing and just get into it that way. Rebecca, how you doing? James is out. He won't be here today or tomorrow, so shout out to DJ Exclusive as he's doing what he does. Thank you to Robo Bubba in the background, keeping the music going. How you doing this morning, Rebecca?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I've been doing really good. I can't even front.
What's his name? Don't say his name on air. Don't say his name.
Jesus. JC for short. You know what I'm saying? The Son, the Lamb, God. You know what I'm saying? But no, I have been doing really good. And I'm not really, the older I've gotten, it's been like, you don't have to wait until a specific time of the year to get your life together or to feel good about yourself. Or so I'm not that person, but I will honestly say since the year started 2 seconds ago, I made a commitment to myself because, I told you guys, when you've been depressed once, you fight for the rest of your life just to not be depressed again. So it's a constant battle, for the rest of your life. So I've tapped into a lot. Yes, last year I did a lot of work. The year before, which was 2020, it was really tough because that's what kind of took me out.
Yeah.
And then trickled into 2021, but then I did a lot of work, therapy, all that good stuff, getting my health together, all that good stuff happened, right? So now I'm at a place where I just feel good about myself. And and not only in the way of, hold on. And not only in the way of saying I feel good about myself in the outside, because I know I'm cute. I know I've always been beautiful. It's just God has been good to me in that way. Like Olay said, being ugly is just not my ministry. It's not my testimony. Okay. So, but no, moving on from that though, I just feel good about myself on the inside. I got good news from the doctors. I'm going to a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I expect great news on, updates and how I've been keeping myself up and things like that. But November was the first time I was with my family for a long time since the pandemic. And I'm talking about everybody, my siblings, and my sister, like all of us were together. And, my brother's here now. He came to visit. And my siblings have been coming into my space. And it's just been feeling like, oh, I have guests coming to see me. Wow. That is so amazing because nobody has really been coming to see me. And I've been listening to this album at the same time.
Tell your brother I said what's up, by the way.
Oh, I tell him.
No, I didn't know he was in town, but okay.
Yeah, I let him know. And there's an album by JoJo, which I absolutely love, where she's taken, because she's an R&B singer. You guys know JoJo. She's a white girl, but she's an amazing R&B singer that has reemerged in the last 3 years, I guess, pandemic, right? So she actually did a whole album about depression, anxiety, just mental illness, mental health. And she just put R&B behind it. And if you're listening to it, you would think that she's talking about a man or something, but she has made a whole album about fighting mental illness and just tapping into your mental health and actually acknowledging the days where you don't feel like getting up. My song in the morning is, World of Sunshine, where she just says, today's going to be a great day, but she says it with all the runs, right? It's beautiful. So today's going to be a great day. You're going to get up out of bed and you're going to feel good about it. Like, so you create that world of sunshine for yourself. So I've been just really tapping into things that make me feel good. In a long time, and this is my last point, because I know I could just ramble on and on, but in a long time since
for a whole 2 hours by yourself,
I know. So for a long time, I've sat on this couch and I just kind of like drop in after a hard day's 16-hour shift work, right? Starting from the morning to sometimes midnight at night. And I'll just stay there. And I just sat there and I'm like, wow, I just feel good. I look up at my ceiling and I'm not feeling tears fall down my face. Yeah. I'm not feeling anxious. I'm not taking drugs to calm the anxiety down. I just can feel myself, and I can actually get rest. So yeah, it's been feeling good.
Yeah, that's a praise. That sounds good, Rebecca. I'm glad you're doing good like that. And when you were talking about the mental health component. It reminded me that coming up in February, actually we might be able to do it this month. We're starting a mental health series on the morning show here. We're going to be bringing in this Black psychiatrist who's going to come in and just kind of collectively help us to discuss all of the trauma and grief that we as Black people, but as human beings during this pandemic. I mean, we've had this pandemic. I don't think everybody should be feeling like they're okay. I think we should all make a mental note that we really should not be okay with what's going on around us. If you feel like something is wrong, that's because something is very wrong.
But that's what makes it okay. When you realize and you tap in, and I read that post too, look, the world is just gone it's just a fool, right? And then at the same time, what's happening in so many different areas, it's not right. It ain't okay. And I posted this the other day. But that doesn't mean that we can't acknowledge that. And then little things that are happening in our life, little feel-good moments that are happening in our life.
Enjoy them.
We can't just enjoy that too. Because when things, we acknowledge that, tap into that, you know what I'm saying? Joe Biden. What do you think about Joe Biden? He's trash right now. Facts, right? And then you just move on and you go and, you look at, dang, I really saved $300 this month. And, that's in my savings account. Proud of me. I really walked 5 miles this week. Wow. And I thought I was just going to do 2. I'm really proud of me. So don't forget to just, if there are good moments that are happening to you, because I said this too, 2022 ain't been here for 2 seconds. And what we're doing is taking a lot of bad things that have happened, Betty White, who was a year away from 100 and feeling like our lives are over. Oh my God, 2022 ain't no good because Betty White done died. She was 99.
Not even a year. She was like a month and a half.
Yeah,
from being
right, away from 100. So she was a great person. She lived her life. And word on the street is the last thing she said when she died was her husband's name. She won't worry about y'all. Okay? So, So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was beautiful. The fact that she enjoyed her life. Hopefully we get to have more and more decades of ours to enjoy, especially as Black people. But you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Sidney Poitier dying. I feel like media should have definitely tapped in more on covering those beautiful moments, how historical this man is. But we did that. You know what I'm saying? We tapped in. We started watching movies. I watched movies I'd never seen before of this man. And just, enjoy, because he lived his life as well. We're going to live ours, right? We're going to live our lives. And I think that I know that the last 2 years before that have kind of trained us into taking a lot of the bad and saying, damn, 2020 all over again. We did it for another year. Damn, 2021, 2020 all over again.
Now, 2022 got to be different.
I challenge you guys. Yes, I challenge everyone to, if you do have good moments that are happening for you, celebrate yourself. I don't care if that's 2 little things that have happened to you. A phone call where you got an interview and you got your second interview. Celebrate yourself. Sit down and have a glass of wine and say, listen, I've been that. Always been that. I'm always going to be that. That's me. Amazing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Small celebration. I can move my hips now.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to move my hips for years from an injury.
You were stretching ass, man.
And I can move my hips. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be able to do that down there. It's supposed to be able to rotate and wind like that. I was like, oh, so I'm going to celebrate that. 2022 is going to be like my hips. It's going to be restored. It's going to be moving. And it's going to be sexy. Here we go.
His hips ain't going to be lying.
Right. Ben about to be out here like Shakira.
Boy, listen, I'm telling you. I've injured myself when I was younger. I never really knew your hips are supposed to be able to do some of those motions. So we kind of having a good time in 2022. And I hope all the rest of you, let me pull it back before I get too far off. I hope the rest of y'all are having this.
We'll be busting it wide open. Okay, we understand, man. We get it.
Anyway, Tucker Carlson or somebody. Let's get back to politics.
All right, let's head over to politics.
We fall into that rabbit hole. I digress. What are you looking at, Rebecca? I mean, there's a whole bunch of stories that we've already talked about, so we don't honestly have to talk about politics. But I did want to get your opinion on this Tucker Carlson. Yeah. And I'm not setting you. I don't want to set you up just to be mad because he does attack Haitian men in this clip. And unfortunately. Yeah, that's what caught me.
And I haven't seen this. Listen, guys, I haven't seen this. So this is going to be my live on air reaction to this. So, yeah.
Matter of fact, run it, Dwayne, and put us in the reaction shot if you can. If not, just run the clip.
In New York, writes Aaron Sabarium in a shocking new piece for the Washington Free Beacon, quote, racial minorities are automatically eligible for scarce COVID-19 therapeutics, regardless of age or underlying conditions. It doesn't matter what kind of health they're in. All that matters is their skin color. Whites don't qualify. This is not health care. It's punishment. It's punishment meted out on the basis of skin color. Now, the justification for all of this, and the authorities could not be clearer about it. They've taken their ideas directly from America's colleges. They'll tell you why they're doing this. The justification is history. The United States has mistreated racial minorities in centuries past, they say. Therefore, whites must suffer now. So your ancestors did bad things, or people who looked like your ancestors did bad things, so now we're withholding medicine from you. They call this equity. It's not equity. It is collective punishment. It's the North Korean standard. It's the definition of evil. And in case you're wondering that's actually what it is, consider this. A young Haitian man could cross our border illegally today. Many have. That person could show up at a clinic in New York tomorrow for COVID treatment and get preference over an elderly American citizen purely because of his appearance. Think about that. The Haitian has not suffered from systemic racism in America, whatever that is. He just got here, but he goes to the front of the line anyway. Now, that's not a criticism of the Haitian. It's not his fault. He didn't make the rules. But the Americans who did make the rules clearly didn't make them on the basis of public health. They made them in an effort to hurt a specific group of Americans, and they're succeeding. This is happening everywhere.
So let's talk about, let's start from the back and then work our way to the beginning of his trash ass statements. So, him saying, a Haitian that gets here at the border, of course, a Haitian man, because whatever, coming here from the border and then, being here illegally, and then him getting healthcare or the COVID-19 vaccine before a white man is problematic, right? It's not fair. But when the U.S. minds Haiti's business and goes in and takes land from them and forces the people who are from that land to give up their land for pennies on a dollar, and then hire those same people to work on that land that their families have come from for pennies on a dollar, taking our rice, our rice farms from us, which is how we made a lot of our money, and taking advantage advantage during the earthquake of 2010, which yesterday was the anniversary of it. Yeah. But taking advantage of us in that time where we were donated over God knows how many millions of dollars and only built 6 homes. Six homes. That money that could have rebuilt the whole country island, right? But 6 homes were built by the U.S. The U.S. has constant.
How many? Just for the impact, there was like $250 million raised for Haiti, and they built how many homes?
6 homes. 6 homes. And that was the Red Cross partnering with Hillary Clinton, but that's neither here or there. But that's always around somewhere in the corner. It's in my tuck always. But But to hear this white man say these things about, and just have to tap in on the Haitian, right? The Haitian immigrant, right? Just have to tap in on them and say that they don't deserve. No, we're gonna come. Because I am Haitian, but they are gonna come here, and if they get the opportunity to get the vaccine, they're going to get it, because what's happening is this country is taking those vaccines, right? And the vials that they're allowing them to rot and throw them away, or just nothing. Like, literally, they're taking the vaccine and doing all kinds of things other than helping other countries. And when it came to helping other countries, when other countries were tapping in for assistance, they were saying, but for a little price. We can give it to you. We can save your people, but for a little price. If not, we just gonna throw them vials of vaccine away, because we're evil like that. So if they're able to get it, if they're able to get assistance, that's why there are these vaccine setups where these places that are giving the vaccines just for people of color, because those people are not, and I say people of color, I'm talking about black people. I got to be clear sometimes, because it be those communities that are not, black communities that are not getting the access to them. And it's that is the reason why they're setting them up just for black people, because when the vaccines first came out, Black people weren't able to find them in their communities. They were only available to those in the suburbs, mostly to the whites.
What was that guy's name?
The white people.
What was this? The black senator from Florida who came on the show. He was a state representative. Omari. It was Omari. He came on and said that the vaccines that were being sent to the black community were being taken by people from the white community, coming to our community, getting the vaccine before black folks. I'm sorry, Rebecca, I forgot exactly all about that.
But that's what came into my head, because we were discussing DeSantis and how he was challenged by that senator about, listen, in these communities, why aren't they being delivered to these communities? Why? What's the reason? What is the reason? And I remember DeSantis giving a BS a reply, but this is why we're not just set. This is almost like when we said, hey, Black Lives Matter. Everybody, oh my God, but all lives matter. Oh, it's one of those things, right? Because there was nothing available for black people to go get the vaccine. And all of a sudden, it's like, now that we were like, okay, we're just gonna set up shop here for them. White folks just came into the neighborhood. We should be able to get those vaccines too. I don't understand why we can't get them.
Amari Hottie.
I feel like it's racism here. Yeah, it's stupid. It's
okay,
dumb.
it was
what
Omar.
He said is dumb.
Omari Hardy. He's not a Florida senator, but he's a Florida House of Representatives.
Yeah.
He's the one that gave us they came and took them. And we had to secretly, in Florida, they had to secretly announce when vials were coming to the black community, because so many people, and funny, some of those same people were pretending like they didn't take the vaccine in the first place. Mm-hmm. Right? Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just all terrible. Now, all of that to say, mind your white business. And then let's go to the beginning of his comment, where he said, it's almost like he said allegedly, allegedly those people did bad things, like historically to black people here. Allegedly. Yeah. It's almost like he was saying that. Like he said, like, no, folks who look like you, your ancestors did do that shit. They did that. They did that. I don't know how, but your ancestors, slavery, like, they did that. Okay? So, the ones that maybe have a little tinge of red in their hair and stuff, you indentured servants, you know what I'm saying? You had like a place to stay, things like that. But all your others, Tucker, your family
people definitely
did that.
Oppress somebody.
Yeah, they did that, because it's still running through you. You still, like, you are doing your ancestors' work. Man. You are holding the baton. But for you to, and he sat there, and I'm just looking at, God, Fox.
Put his face back on the screen. I can't.
Fox really put that man with the toupee on there just to disrespect black people and say that we don't deserve to have our communities.
That's right.
Get the vaccine, get access to the vaccine in totality. Black people in this country to get access to the vaccine. And it's not saying, you're saying that Haitian people like that aren't oppressed. As soon as do you not see that them getting from where they were to even get somewhere in the United States, that was all drenched in oppression? Do you not see that? Do you not understand that whole journey? Do you not see that what they were doing to them people in Texas was
That's
all
right.
drenched in oppression, was drenched in your ancestors doing?
Tuckums.
That's not the only clip that you were talking about either, and you didn't drop the clip, but the clip is actually worse.
I didn't drop the clip. You saying I didn't drop?
You dropped the graphic of it. I pulled the clip. We have it. Tucker Carlson comparing someone to.
Maybe you could have left that part out.
You didn't really drop the clip, Rebecca, but you dropped the picture.
He said, "Let me clear the air." On air.
Well, I was trying to.
You didn't have to come on
my
air
point was she
to
hasn't
say
seen the
that.
clip, so she doesn't need. I think this reaction is going to be raw too.
Well, listen. Now this one, the reaction might be a little bit. I don't want to. Let's save that one for the after party.
No, Ben.
No,
We already
Tucker's
here.
trash.
Tucker
How's
Carlson
Tucker
can
gonna go
say
from?
it, then we can.
No. We can play it. No, we'll play it because we can play it. It's not a problem. I just want to say this last thing about this clip before we go on. It's the fact that Tucker knows that he could use the word Haitian and instantly get away with it because, one, everybody sees them as immigrants versus as a Haitian American community here in the United States. That's number one. He also knows that if he says Haitian in the minds of everyone in his audience, they're going to instantly think black. And it's not like a police officer who pulls over somebody is going until they ask you, until you speak to them, until they some type of identification, all they see is black, right? When we get pulled over in this country, when they see us, they don't be like, oh, that's a Haitian person. No, Tucker knows his audience. And he knows that when he says Haitian, it translates into the boogeyman of black. And that's why he pulled it in. It literally had nothing to do with his argument. But he could not complete his argument without making his audience afraid of some black folks.
And who is the most oppressed person in America? You see, some like to argue the black woman, but the black person is the most oppressed person, right? Now, who is the most oppressed immigrant, right? The black immigrant. Now, if we want to take it, further, who is the most oppressed black immigrant in America? The Haitian.
And the reason I can't say nothing to that except an amen is because if you grew up, especially in South Florida, you know firsthand what she said was the damn truth. Period. Run this next clip. This next clip is something. Tucker Carlson part 2. It's a little different.
So yesterday was Sunday. You may have found yourself on the couch, idly flipping around the TV dial. And if you flipped far enough, you could have had the shock of your life. Michael Jackson was on Face the Nation. Now, to be clear, this wasn't video of Michael Jackson performing his hit songs in the 1990s. This appeared to be a living version of the international pop star that news reports claim died of a drug OD more than a dozen years ago. And yet, despite those claims, there he was, fully, undeniably Michael Jackson talking on television. How can that be? Honestly, we have no idea. We're not theologians here. This is merely a news program. We can only show you what we saw. Here it is.
There's nothing more important for us to do than protect our Constitution and our democracy. What the Republicans are doing across the country is really a legislative continuation of what they did on January 6th, which is to undermine our democracy.
See? Michael Jackson. That was him. No Billie Jean. Apparently he's given up singing. Now he's telling lies about politics. Same man. If you've ever seen Michael Jackson, you cannot forget the face, though admittedly, he's had a lot of work done since we saw him last.
I'm trying not to.
Next clip. Nah. Yeah, I done sacrificed too much.
No, I'm gonna just say.
Y'all are not about. Listen. I voted for Joe Biden. Took it on the chin. Lost all kinds of supporters. I lost 50% of my financial support once I decided to go against Donald Trump and support Joe Biden. Y'all not about to make me get in trouble twice on these internets.
No,
I've got no comments.
I'm not taking it there. And Light, stop playing with me because I'm about to make my comment. Now, all I gotta say is
I got nothing to say.
It was the still for me. So I was like, that's not Michael Jackson. That's when I first saw the clip. That's not Michael Jackson. That's Nancy Pelosi. And then I just stared at the clip.
And you realize he got
Nancy
you.
Pelosi, and that was it for me. And I died for like
Nope. Listen, I grew up in church. There are plenty of occasions. I've been trained for this moment, Rebecca. You're not gonna make me.
That was it for me. Now
I was a preacher kid. I lived on the second row of the pew of the church, laughing at every backwards country Bama person that got up and sang, and I made it through without laughing. You ain't gonna make me laugh here.
I'm gonna laugh because I've always gotten in trouble for laughing. I laughed in the middle of 3 solos. I think I've done in the middle of the solo.
How you gonna laugh in the middle of the solo?
I can get that picture off. Here. Get it off right now.
Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Well, but the fact that this is Fox News, folks. This is the top of this is the top of propaganda mountain in this country. This is
how they win, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the chat and everyone's saying how funny it is. And I'm not going to lie. Like, at first it's like, damn, he just did that. He just did that. Wow. But this is Fox News. This is how they win their court cases as an entertainment channel. And on one end, they're laying something on one end, they're laying out something like that, like Haiti, like Haitian immigrants having the upper hand against
and then they do this
white people. And claim that's a legit story without actually showing the real policy and what's behind it and just drawing their own lines and their own framing around the situation. And then they put this BS up and
yes, David.
But somehow we're news.
Yeah, David, I totally get it, right? I understand it. And that's why we
that's our official position on the Benjamin Dixon Morning Show.
I would love for you to stop playing. Stop it. I need you to get her off. But let me tell you, I honestly, I agree with you, David.
Some context for what y'all were talking about.
Thank you. But I agree with you 100%, David. But I'm gonna laugh because
I just had to center you all.
But I will say that's why you play that game. I don't care if they want to do entertainment. We can do entertainment too. We entertainment politics around here. They made it a thing. It's gonna be a thing over here.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all really want to entertain.
That's what it is. We can roast you too.
If you really want to roast.
We've done this and it's okay. And honestly, that was just funny to me, right? But it's not news. So no matter how he said, that was him taking a jab at her. Now,
if you'd like to know whether or not it's funny to me, go to patreon.com/like.
Yeah. Now, mind you, it was a, you know what I'm saying? It was a nice little layup. But I'm going to be honest with you. Like, we got more. We say more things about them too. I think that channels like CNN, who sit there and just be trying to ride the fence, need to hop over and pick a side and start digging in too. Because Don Lemon just talking about Nicki Minaj's booty being fake. Ooh, I mean, like, we got people like Tucker Carlson out in this world really taking jabs on folks. What y'all gonna do?
Okay. There we go. Now I can handle that angle.
So
can you imagine Wolf Blitzer doing what Tucker did?
And his monotone voice and his no reaction on his face, I would absolutely love it. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Because that's what time it is, right? That's why I do what I do. That's why I don't mind getting on their pages and calling them Neanderthals and savages to their faces. Like, bump all this social media stuff. Like, well, when Omicron is over, I'll leave it alone. Like, I'm so ready to get up out this house and go out into these streets because these fools really think they can get away with a little bit of everything. And I think they actually can. He can actually get away with this mockery of a segment, practicing his stand-up routine on air for the entire country to hear, and get away with it. And then be considered
and
news.
I feel like he didn't even originate that joke. He got that from online, and he made that an actual headline.
Actually, Michael Jackson.
And it was funny to me.
He tweeted it.
Y'all got to step your game up because this is how Republicans win all the time. Well, y'all be like, see, this is the problem. The Democrats or whatever side do it all wrong. We got Joe Biden taking pictures and going missing, but never producing nothing for it, right? Yet produce something that we can go off of. Yo, Joe Biden is doing his thing over here. He's making it happen. And he's killing them in the West Wing with the Ray-Bans on. I need you guys to understand how to do it because we can't have men who are balding once coming up with a toupee, sitting on an anchor desk, making millions of dollars in a minute, vaccinated as hell, talking about not being vaccinated. They winning over there. And then now they're taking jabs that are amazing. They winning over there. They winning.
They taking jabs at who now, Rebecca?
They're taking amazing jabs. It's great. Their jabs.
Oh, you're saying the jabs were amazing? Yeah. It's definitely something I would do.
It was good. Now step up your game. That's all it's telling me.
Yeah.
Step your game up. If
don't get mad, get even.
Yeah, and if Democrats believe that what they're saying and what they're fighting for is an actual, is the truth, it's, lay it out there. Keep fighting for what you're fighting for, but don't go missing in the ring. Don't run away, because I feel like online it's just you guys aren't ready. Sharpen the pencils, get together, come back with something. Reconvene, because y'all ain't giving nothing. Yeah.
All right, so to save you from being canceled.
No.
Who, me? I ain't gonna.
No, man.
I can talk about Nancy Pelosi. Ben can't.
No, I can. Her daughter already blocked me on Twitter. I don't feel like I don't need
I don't want to.
You just don't understand. I don't feel like fighting all the time. Y'all stuff we say on here turns into fights, and I'm already neck deep in fights with everybody. So I don't need just another one, especially not on behalf of Tucker's cornball ass. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not gonna laugh at Tucker, because if I get in trouble again with, I stay in trouble with Nancy Pelosi's and all the Democrats. There's not a Democrat that I don't get in trouble with. I just don't feel like it today. That's all.
Well, Kim Kardashian's in trouble.
Tomorrow, yeah, we can laugh tomorrow. Kim Kardashian, we have a clip. They are being sued. Kim Kardashian. Who else was it? There's three. There's Paul Pierce, former NBA player,
and Floyd Mayweather Jr. They are all being sued for fraud, for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrency, not Bitcoin exactly, but it's cryptocurrency fraud. Let's take a listen to this clip and how these celebrities allegedly got over.
And several celebrities are being sued for allegedly leading investors into a crypto pump and dump scam. The list includes Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Paul Pierce. They're being accused of, quote, making false or misleading claims to investors about Ethereum through social media and other promotional platforms. That's according to a class action complaint filed in the Central District of California. The lawsuit says the celebrities told their millions of followers to buy the cryptocurrency, only to sell it once the price was inflated.
Yep. Now, this isn't a statement against all cryptocurrency, but it really is a statement to y'all don't follow these celebrities to your own financial demise. You got to understand by the time a celebrity is promoting something, it's already too late for you to really make some money out of it. You're getting taken to the bank. Go ahead.
So hold on. I understand. Yeah, what they did. Yeah, that's foul. But that's what goes on with the stock market every single day. These white people, I don't know how to put it, that's making all this money off of it. That's how they do it, man.
And go ahead. Take your time.
I don't know what else to say. It's
I don't disagree with what you did. This is how it's done. This is how it's done.
It's scammy, but when it's
this is why I'm talking to the victims of it versus what was the story earlier today in today's episode? We were talking about somebody taking an action that's detrimental to their audience and for their own personal financial gain, right? This is the same thing. Jonathan Isaacs, right? We were talking about him being willing to sell his quote unquote story for his own personal gain, to the detriment of the Black community. Same exact thing. They're replicating behaviors that they did learn, right? This is how you come up. You inflate the stock, matter of fact, the system's so good, you don't even have to believe in a stock to make money off of it. You could hedge against it. You could bet against it and make money. All that is true. I think everybody in the audience should know that this is what they're doing with you. When you follow these celebrities, not every single one of them, but man, come on, it is increasing their bag to your detriment.
And again, when white people are doing it, they're getting paid. And I believe that.
Hey, Kim Kardashian white?
I'm about to say something. Hold on.
Okay, I'm about to.
I don't think Kim Kardashian is really going to be just as affected as the rest of them. Of course, it's going to make better headlines because it's Kim Kardashian, though. And she's Armenian. If you want to say it's, white, Black, whatever, or a little brown, little tan.
White passing. We'll go with that.
Because I used to work for a woman who was from Iran, and she looked like her. But she used to literally say, I'm from the Aryan race of them, because she looked She looked white. But I used to tell her, but don't they call your family members terrorists? I used to have to get her together, like put her into, and then she was telling me that she's olive colored. And I'm like, what is that? Now you're reaching, sis. Hey, I know you want to be a person of color, so they're going to reach and find one. And olive was the one that they found. And I said, no, it ain't it. But anywho, we're not, that's far from what we're talking about. But I'm saying though, I've heard of this crypto scam, and so many like people who are white are getting away with it and getting money and cashing out on this. And what's his name is already like a billionaire. Right?
Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather. And Paul Pierce, I don't know his stances in it.
No, I'm joking.
But this is, and it's pretty, and I love Paul Pierce, by the way, but it's pretty scammy. It's pretty scammy, this whole crypto thing. If you don't know how to do it, if you do know how to do it, I don't know, but it's pretty scammy. And now they have, the new things is crypto, NFTs, it's,
NFTs,
all kinds of things that are happening.
If you found your way,
if you found your way in it, God bless you. But if you are, caught up in it and you happen to be, I think, Black, it's just like, you're probably not going to get the same benefits that everybody else is getting from it. Just like we see with weed, right? When they're selling, marijuana, how we see how that's going. I think it's the same thing in this.
It's when a market gets saturated, you get this, right? When crypto, if you got started in Bitcoin at the beginning, you're rich now. You're just stupid if you got properly started. But when a market gets saturated like this is when you get celebrities coming in to push it one step a little further so that they can squeeze out just a little bit more before the bubble bursts. Now, is crypto in general a scam? You're going to have a lot of people on the internet who say yes, a lot of people who say no. I'm not wading into that because I'm picking my fights. I'm not fighting that argument. Yeah. But what I will say is that they are at the stage of maturation in their business model where the scam is the thing. NFTs, if you're just now getting into non-fungible tokens, there's a good chance you're going to be scammed. And I don't mean by fraudsters. I mean, the whole thing is a scam.
Like, how are you NFTing a picture? Like,
well, no, it's even worse. It's to the point where now everybody wants to sell NFTs. This is the hustle, y'all. Everybody wants to sell non-fungible tokens. Do you know how much it costs to sell non-fungible tokens on Ethereum now?
It's going to be a bigger level than that. That's just what you're seeing now. But even the environment in Meta, the metaverse, is going to literally the entire, any aspect, your desk, your home, anything, your virtual whatever that they're envisioning is all going to be worth money, is all going to be worth crypto. You're going to be able to sell nothing for something.
Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I do want to flip it and say this. Now, the aspect of crypto that I am seriously supportive of, besides the actual underlying blockchain technology, which is actually pretty dope, underneath it is the challenge to the banking system. I am all for sticking it to Chase, to Bank of America, to Wells Fargo. I'm about that life in terms of crypto. They
probably in on it too.
But on this side of it, though, they're trying to get on it. Well, that's why they're fighting it so hard. You have people like Jamie Dimon coming out, CEO of Chase, coming out, speaking out against it. You had, I think Hillary Clinton came out and speaking against it. So to me, that's a signifier to say, okay, there's something there about it that is challenging and is disruptive and is going to mess up some of the way the banking system works today. And everybody who has overdraft fees should say amen. I'm good on that part. But the part that I think people need to be aware of is that if you're on the front end and you're just now getting into it, you better really understand that it is operating like Dwayne said. It's operating exactly like Wall Street at this point. It's no longer a tool of liberation. It's a liberation for people who already got crypto.
Yep.
You trying to get into crypto now? Okay.
But that's the system. That's how it works. But you know who's going to get in on it? And while we literally Black sleeping, they're going to, no. Those same corporations that we're talking about. That's why we see them being able to say, hey, we're going to lower our $35 fees and it's going to make it $10 now.
Oh, they're going somewhere else now.
They're finding ways to tap in. They're going to say, you know what, for this particular huge crypto business, crypto brand, we're going to partner with them. Now it's going to come out. Bank of America has now partnered with crypto. It's going to be all of that because when you got money, you can do things. And somebody was saying rich privilege could be any race. You are right.
Absolutely
Rich privilege
right.
can be any race, but when it comes to white privilege, there's a difference on that, right? Because you can have money and still be in jail. You can have money and be black, but see, they'll
let me give you this stat. Let me give you this stat. Black people, it is a statistical study showing that black people born into wealthy families are far more likely to end up poor than any other race. So there is a racial component to economics in this country, and if the fact that I even have to say that, considering we used to be chattel slavery.
Period. That's really it. That's all.
Did we miss anything, David?
I wanted to throw you one more story, and then we're gonna hit the after party. But I think it's worthwhile covering.
It better be worthwhile too, because I don't.
Oh, Rebecca and I are gonna get into it. It's okay. I threw unintentional shade earlier.
No, let's
really wasn't intentional at all.
Go ahead,
I was really just trying to give her a heads up. But MJ Rodriguez, the first trans woman to win a Golden Globe, and she's not white.
This is a clip of her from.
This is B-roll, but we have a clip of her.
Okay, yeah, because I thought you said we have a clip of her speaking. She's speaking about Is this it right here? Well, let's run the clip. Let's hear her thoughts because she spoke about the historic moment. If we have that clip, let's run it.
1 second, so I can help Dwayne.
This is for the LGBTQAI, Black, Latina, Asian, the many beautiful colors of the rainbow around the freaking world. This is not just for me. This is for y'all.
That is MJ Rodriguez reacting live on Instagram last night after making history for becoming the first trans woman to ever win a Golden Globe.
There are going to be so many young individuals, young, talented, thriving individuals that are going to be able to trail in and storm in through the door. This is for y'all.
MJ won the award for Best Actress in a Television Series Drama for her role as Blanca on Pose, which ran for 3 seasons. MJ also made history last year when she became the first trans woman to receive an Emmy nomination in a lead acting category. And when we caught up with her, she spoke about the power of her nomination.
It's no longer a space where discrimination because of who we are. That's no longer the case. We're showing up and we're doing the work.
MJ also posted this to her Instagram following her win, saying, "They will see that a young Black Latina girl from Newark, New Jersey who had a dream to change the minds of others would with love. Love wins. To my young LGBTQAI babies, we are here. The door is now open. Now reach the stars."
Dope.
Absolutely love this for MJ. And I'll say this, in these moments where the firsts are happening, it's nice to see, still first, right? It's nice to see trans people be able to be acknowledged without, disrespect. Like, somebody
without much disrespect, because they're obviously,
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was some, there were people who were talking.
To your point, though.
Yeah, that MJ wasn't deserving, but MJ's an actor. MJ did the work, regardless of being trans or whatever. She's an actor. And I feel like, in these times, in this moment, it's bigger than any of us could fathom, because I think just not too long ago, this would have never been a thing because she was trans. She would never be considered. But we would know we would see the greatness, we would see the passion, we would see all of that being done. But a low-level person would have probably taken this award just naturally, because that's just how our world was moving. And now we're fighting for trans people. Now we're fighting for, any oppressed person.
That's right.
To be able to be seen in these spaces. And that's what's causing a lot of these people to kind of shift in a way. We have a lot more work to do, but this is something that is groundbreaking, and I hope will continue.
And to what you were saying as we get ready to go to the after party, patreon.com/like it or not to become a patron. To what you're saying, Rebecca, if you need a scapegoat, if your ideology, if what you believe in needs somebody to be like your scapegoat for you to attack, for you to rally your supporters around, then that your ideology is one of oppression. And like you said, Rebecca, we on the side of liberation of all people. All people. So congratulations to MJ and to all the, there are some people out there, but of course there are going to be people out there because Fox News, the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, we talked about them earlier. Of course, they came out, fangs out, attacking MJ. But you know what? That's because they don't have anything to offer. They only can make you afraid of people. So, screw them. Congratulations, MJ. And let's get all these first. Let's get all the first out of the way in the next few years.
Yeah. And as well as, and I'll say this as well, I wanted to tell you, David, my friend reached out and I did send you, to go reach out to them. I hope you did reach out to him. His name is Ben as well.
I will be.
His name is Ben. Yes. And he actually knows MJ and actually wanted to come onto the show and discuss how important that is. The thing about Ben, we used to do a gospel radio show back at Florida A&M University together. And now we are, now he's in Hollywood and he's working on different projects and he works alongside a lot of celebrities amongst MJ, but now he's a preacher who came out as gay. And, so that was a big thing for him. He has a book on that as well. So coming on the show to discuss that. Yeah, please do. Please do. Absolutely. Make sure you tap in. All right. So that's going to be great for next week.
Y'all hashing this out on air.
He's going to be great. Because I know he's cussing me out in his head like, heifer, you don't even send what you're supposed to send on time.
Sorry, Dave, I got your back.
I don't have to curse out of my head because I know you're going to blow yourself up.
I get it.
I won't let her in tomorrow, David. I got your back.
Yeah, I get it. But
She's not going to be here.
But I love you, David. And that's
She's not even going to be here tomorrow. So Rebecca's not going to be here tomorrow. DJ Exclusive is going to be out, but with the rest of the team will be here. Rebecca, before we go to the after party, you want to give some salutations to the public group?
I actually just wanted to thank everybody. No, it's Letterhack on Twitter. I was just laughing about him earlier. Letterhack said, I keep hearing Ben say, Rebecca's coming up, but is he not getting it? Like he should be saying the award-winning.
Man, see, that's
next
shows
time
you don't
pay attention because we talked about that at the beginning.
Oh, you did?
Ben gave you all your props and all. Man,
Georgia too. Gave you all your props.
Oh, they did. I didn't watch it, so now I got to circle back.
See?
So thank you for correcting me because I don't. Like I said, I've been doing okay.
Looking for the accolades upon accolades.
Thank you to everybody. Act TV, thank you, YouTube, Facebook, all the people watching, all those places. We love y'all. Get us off the street.
Bye, y'all.
After party coming up.
After party.
No, Tuesday. See you Tuesday. That's crazy. See you Tuesday.
Tuesday, but we'll see everybody else in the after party.
Good morning, people. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know the voice. Y'all know the sound. It's your boy James Williams, DJ Exclusive in the building. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. We got one coming up next on the Benjamin Dixon Show.
Little baddie, cashing big checks. I bought the whole block out. Now that's a big
no,
flex.
Sir, it is
Peeping out my window like
blue
what's
shirt
next.
and all. Good morning.
Got new levels and new devils out the wazoo. Ain't no worries, life gets better when you find you. And if you mind you, peace will abide and hide you
Shout
until
out to Georgia
time to start
Boy, Pastor Anthony Galloway, man.
Grown,
Good to
ain't got
see
no
y'all as
curfew.
usual.
Who brought the bad vibes? Tell that bitch move. Walking all in my ear, now that's a bitch move. Press that I arrive.
Laura Strada, good morning. KFC, Jeremiah, Lily. Promises manifested. Showston, what's going on?
I was always this fly.
Tiger, what's going on, Tiger? Bunny Rabbit, I'm so high. Okay, buddy. Juanita, good morning. Jonathan, Esther, on and on it goes.
All that jealousy, you should subside.
Nicholas, good